Good morning or good afternoon, students. So, in the last class, what we have learned is about energy band diagram. That is, it has told you how materials are classified into conductors, insulators, and semiconductors based on the forbidden energy gap. That is, by reducing the forbidden energy gap, you can convert some materials into conductors. That is what is a semiconductor, is where that energy required is lesser than 3 electron volt. Can you all remember all those things? Only then now we can switch over to the next objective. First objective was to learn energy band diagram, what we have learned in the last class. Now into the second one, which is types of semiconductors. So there are basically two types of semiconductors. One, intrinsic semiconductor, then extrinsic semiconductor. What is this intrinsic semiconductors are? We call them as pure form of semiconductors. What's the meaning of pure form is that it will consist either only of silicon atoms or only of germanium atoms in it. That is what is called as intrinsic semiconductors are. Okay. Extrinsic semiconductors. How did this intrinsic semiconductor turned into extrinsic semiconductor is nothing but by adding some impurity. It is impurity doesn't means that I have added some impure material. It is like where I have added some other atom into it. That is what is called as impurities. So by doping intrinsic semiconductor, I can convert that into extrinsic semiconductor. Extrinsic semiconductors again based on the whatever the material that I have added, it will turn into either p-type semiconductor or n-type semiconductor. So this is what the types of semiconductors are. Okay, that is intrinsic, pure form. By adding some material which is called as an impurity, that process is doping. It turns into extrinsic semiconductor, where there are two types based on the impurity that you have added. It turns into either p-type or n-type. So now we'll move on to what are intrinsic semiconductors are. As it is said, it is pure form. What's the meaning of pure form? It will consist either only of silicon or germanium in it. So basically these materials at normal temperature, at room temperature, they are only insulators. What's the meaning of it? It cannot conduct. The electrons cannot move from valence band to conduction band at normal temperature at 0 Kelvin. But when external energy is supplied, what happens is that this electron, that is, this is what the crystal lattice of the silicon, where you can find out silicon everywhere, only silicon atoms here. Okay, silicon which is having valency of 4, that is only 4 electrons are there in the outermost orbit. You can look that in all the diagrams, that it is consisting only of 4 valence electrons. So what happens is that when some external energy is supplied, what happens, there are covalent bonds here. Those covalent bonds are broken. Once when the covalent bonds are broken here, these electrons starts moving. That is what is called as a free electron. So this electron, when it moves, it creates an vacancy. Can you see here? It creates some vacancy. So that vacancy is positive, which is called as holes. So supply of energy makes this covalent bonds to be broken, and this electron starts moving, turning into free electron, and this free electron will give you something called as holes. So now what happens here? The electrons can move from its valence band to the conduction band. So, but here always in intrinsic semiconductors, this number of electrons, the number of free electrons will be always equal to number of holes in the valence band. They both are equal. So the current which is produced, because we know that when electron starts moving, what will be produced? Current will be produced. But that current I will be equal to IE. That is, due to this movement of electrons, there are current which is produced. So that is IE plus IH. That is, when this hole starts moving, it also produces some current. So the total current I will be equal to the current due to the flow of electrons and the current due to the holes. So this is all about your intrinsic semiconductor, where it requires 1.1 E electron volt and 0.7 E electron volt to break this covalent bond. So the energy which is supplied is little much higher when we are into intrinsic semiconductor.